now. What is up, my dogs? It's your boy, Mike Mason, here for another fireside chat. I feel so lucky to be here with y'all, getting to keep do this thing that we do and make this glass world a little bit smaller place. I've got a homie by my side with me tonight. Let me take a second to introduce him. Kai Jewel, the homie Kai Dies. Although he did not make that joint in the background, but is that sick or what? That shit is tight, so don't ask him to make you a Joe Rogan or whatever. Somebody else has the lock on the
No,
Joe Rogan
that's Nathan Riddle. But
okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
All right, but tell them where can they find your shit at? KaiDies.com, KYEDYES.
It's kaidies.com, and I'll send you to my Instagram.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook and shit, so.
Very good, very good. And man, some of y'all may have noticed down in the corner, Kai's actually one of my sponsors, man. And so that you can see some of his T-shirts that he does that actually have torches on them in tie-dye. They're fucking gorgeous, man. But more importantly, dude, I really think you're a great guy, and I really am happy to have you here with me, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, brother. Of course. Hell yeah. Okay, so tonight we have a really cool demo with Punty, a.k.a. Puntington Wigwag. A really, really cool cat. I mean, every time you cross paths with this guy, he is just to lift your spirits. Always, man, I'm telling you, he's a really cool cat. And we're going to see him do a cut and flip tubing. So some of you guys remember the Love Dose pendant that he made on the demo recently. And that was, done on the tubing or whatever and then cut and just kind of left as it is. In this case, we're going to see him flip this bad boy around and make it into a tube that becomes part of his Champs entry. So, and speaking of, we're kind of returning to the Champs Glass Games. This footage is from the 2020 Masters Glass Games, so like back to last February. God, it feels like it's been 10 years since then. Like nothing has happened. But so much of nothing has happened that it's really drug on. Anyways,
it's
man,
2023 now, right?
Right, it feels that way, dude. It's been 700 weeks since Champs Masters. We did sneak in an amazing time at Melt in the fall where they freaking COVID tested everybody at the door like some, party for millionaires.
Be careful who you tell. You get shamed, man.
Well, I'm willing to take that shame. How can you argue with the way the homies went about it, man? They tested everybody at the door, and they were still like religious about. Like Todd was running around, man. You guys know I'm talking about if you're into Melt. Man, the homie was running around spraying all the kiln handles down all the time. Like, I mean, they
Hell
still
yeah.
took it. Yeah, like they still treated it as if, even though. Anyways, yeah, that was an amazing event. But not to get sidetracked. We're here tonight to talk about the Champs thing. Champs is like the oldest and hugest, business to business counterculture trade show in the industry. They're one of my sponsors too, man. They help me get everywhere. It means a lot, like they help me get to their competitors' shows. That's how cool they are. Same thing for some of those other shows as well, man. I'd like to think I choose my sponsors wisely. Anyways, yeah, this is Champs. It's like walking into like the Sports Authority of everything you could ever buy at a head shop, from like, like the Raw guys will have a huge booth, with the papers and the lighters, clipper, all those cats. I mean, it's like everything. The fake dicks that you'd use to pass a piss test, everything you've seen in a head shop is there. It's amazing. And then, but they also have this incredible competition with 40 artists going at it. There's qualifying events around the country where the winners get inserted into this Masters competition. And then every now and then, they sneak a judge in, and Punty had judged the Masters previously, I believe, and they were like, all right, do you want to compete in the Masters this year? And, he was like, fuck yeah. So
I remember that.
That's kind of why I got the opportunity to film this, like, legend, who might be the kind of guy you'd be like, man, you should have done that 10 years ago when you were balling out. But, we get the pleasure of having some judge entrants. We've got like an amazing demo from D-Rec is another judge that they allowed to participate later. And it just leads to some really magical situations and getting to see some incredible guys in the mix. So, I could probably talk about this all night, but man, I feel like we should just pop this party off. Glass Central Station, y'all. That's me, and that's the homies who pitch in and sometimes jump behind a camera. I believe the one tonight Carrie filmed. So huge shout outs to her. I really appreciate it. And these companies, you guys, like I was mentioning, they all pitch in a little bit every month and help me get to all of these shows. In the absence of shows, I've been kind of upgrading the audio and the computer and everything that I need to edit this footage properly, especially after the upgrade to 4K that we did a while back. Anyways, all these companies pitch in and make this dream possible. They do it because all of you guys are here watching, so I don't want you guys to think that I'm, it's this circle of love from the sponsors to the audience to me, busting my ass at all these shows to get this footage. So I really appreciate all of them pitching in to make this dream possible, and I hope you guys don't mind that we take just 1 minute at the beginning and at the end of these demos to really Kai Dai's baby, the homie with us here tonight. It's all in the family, man. I really do. I don't really have any interest in dealing with a company that I haven't really met these people and kind of broken bread with them and think they're really dank, and I know that they take care of the homies out there. So that's enough about sponsors, because here we are at this amazing thing that they make it possible for me to do. First of all, the homie is actually going to fill in a bit of the background on this. So like when we caught him, we're running around filming 40 different people. So when we caught him, look at that wiggle, y'all. That wiggle gets that thing ready to move. But when we caught him, he was kind of filling in the tube with some of the backing, which I thought was useful to see. And it's almost done, so we won't have much of that. We saw something get drawn there. Oh man, I left in a transition that was messed up. Sorry, dogs. X'd me out. Embarrassing. Anyways, let's hope there's not like 50 of those in the thing I forgot to take out. Jeez. Anyways, all right, so check this out. He's adding the black background to this image that he's already drawn. And if you're not familiar with this methodology, guys, it's essentially drawn backwards on the tube, and then the tube is going to be sliced open and spread out so that the image is, you can kind of see it through there now. It's like much cleaner on the inside, and it's stacked that way. And it kind of allows you to like lay the outlines first, and then you can kind of not be sloppy, but once the outlines are laid, if you're going over them, it's not like you can fuck them up so much. You know what I mean? So it allows you to end up with these really crisp layered drawings. And here's this method that we saw in the cut and flip pendant, and he uses this reamer that looks like it's seen some years or whatever, and but it's just used to roll this down. Look, even some glass look like it's stuck to it there. That's how hot and old it is. But it looks like at this point in its life, this is the job that it's serving, which is rolling this glass down. So it's like you're getting it hot and then just kind of helping it form this cohesive surface on the back. And it looks like this thing is just kind of going to coil this the rest of the way out. He might even add a little more. But like I said, we're just backing the tube here, so it's all going to be black behind this image of Sorcerer Mickey or whatever. I bet we're going to see more of those X's. I apologize. I forgot to reinstall that software. There's some of those transitions that are like, I'm not here.
How long did it take him to do this? Because you cut this down to about like a good 45 minutes to an hour or so of actual play time. But how many hours did this actually take for him to do this, you think, from start to finish?
Well, I mean, this one piece right here, I think he came in with some of the Mickeys drawn already, or like cut out. And then if this one he drew it in real time, man, that's really hard for me to say. A lot of times in these champs competitions, you get these guys in like turbo mode. So he might take a little, you know what I mean? So like even if we knew exactly how long it took him to draw that Mickey and all that, it might not necessarily be representative of like what he would teach in a class or whatever it'll be. But gosh, we watched the last demo, the Love Dose thing in real time, and it was about the same thing for a less complicated drawing. I wouldn't be surprised if he spent, an hour or something on that thing at least, but
Yeah.
That's harder for me to say, especially if he has to pull all the stringers to do the outlines first and then pull down some of the colors. And he probably had a good chunk of time invested in this too. Right here, though, I gotta say.
Yeah, it looks like it. Definitely looks like it.
You know, I could have bothered the homie, but he's currently involved in the competition show, Pipe Dreams. If you're not familiar with it, guys, stay tuned. It's, you know, like they haven't really. It's not like it's out or anything yet, but they're starting.
They're
There's
talking
some
about it.
articles. Yeah, like we're learning more about it. First of all, the coolest news is that Chong is going to be a judge for season 2, and he's the narrator for season 1, as I understand it. So there's some like real pedigree here. This is a glass competition, to be clear, guys. It's like champs, but with like 10 ballers. Punty was involved. Like some of our friends were involved. I know Windstar went out and did it. Like they posted a picture of everybody that was involved. That stuff's not secret.
I was gonna say they've been kind of working on it for the last couple of years now.
Yeah, I mean, the competition might be done now. I'm not sure. I know that they were just doing it though, like over the past couple of weeks.
Well, how did Shayla do? She got through that. She came out on top on the qualifier, or
I have no idea, man. I'm actually supposed to go over and have a beer with her, and we're gonna talk about that. I just haven't had a chance to do it.
Nice transition, bro.
Thanks, brother. Thanks, man. It's this new effect, yo. It's called red Xing, and it's like it's trendy. I call, you know, it's on TikTok. All the kids are doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Man. Hell yeah. It's like I really
do like how he's doing this with the hollow handle, though.
Okay, yeah. Like all jokes aside, this handle is opened up to match that cup, and that's something to note.
Good, clean, and Como connection right there.
Right, yeah, and like this is sacrificial, but he still wants to have a good, easy seal there. He doesn't want to have to fuck around too much, man. We're in the middle of a competition. So it's like that extra moment that he took to flare that handle and kind of make this matching cup is going to give him that sacrificial glass. It matches the diameter, so the seal is going to be easier to get done. And that's kind of the way you want to start. So he's puffing it all out to match now. It's like, there's just been a lot of heat there. So now he can kind of proceed down the tube. It's not perfect, but it's not going to pop off or get weird now, you know?
Yeah.
He gave it that nice blow. And now he's going to go down and kind of cook all this work in, which is kind of an important step of this process. It's got to happen at some point. You may as well do it when you've got control before you're trying to slice this thing open and all that, right? So now is the logical time in the process to kind of cook all this work in and make sure that this thing is a happy piece of glass.
Dang heat.
Yeah, and he was doing quite a bit of that when he was rolling it down, you know, with that little reamer that, you know, looks like it has seen better days or whatever. But at the same token, you still got to really, yeah, you want to blast this thing and get it really hot in nice segments and know that all this work is worked in.
It's the little things you catch on these little demos.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially watching somebody like this, man. This homie has been doing this for a good minute. He's known for this methodology.
Yeah, of course.
Man with that shit. It's a real pleasure to get to watch this, and I really do appreciate him being so gracious about us sticking a camera in his face at all these different events. So there we axed some of that extra glass there on the other end. It's like he's got a handle on it now. He's happy. He can go fuck with that other side now. Those look like those really small Carlo Dona trim shears to me.
Yeah, the ones that come in and out. Little cupping shears.
Yeah, I do think, well, I think you're actually right. I'm sorry. They are cup shears. Trim shears are the bigger, more general ones. That was a great catch, Kai. You caught me fucking up there. I'm sorry. Hell yeah. Those are cup shears. Cup shears are much tinier, and they're meant to like slice those little blebs off when you're opening a cup.
They got that little hook.
A little hook? I'm not sure what you mean there, but
it comes in just a little bit. It's not a straight scissor. It's got like a little kind of a curve to it.
Well, my cup shears are not like that, but You might have just dropped yours or something.
No, that's what it looked like.
I'm just playing, dude. I know what you're talking about. But yeah, but mine are just come more like what Punny was just using. They're much tinier.
But yeah,
the trim shears are more general. I grab those when I want to like cut labels and stuff like that around the house.
Multi-use tools.
Yeah, I mean they're just steel blades, man. You know, what are you gonna do?
I could use this around the house.
Now here, I think he wanted a little bit of extra tubing. If you see where Mickey is, he's not quite centered because he added that extra, rolled all that glass down. I think he's making it to match by kind of coil potting around the black on this other end. A little extra material there. And some of these moves again might just be a kind of a byproduct of working quick and dirty. But we really get to see how these guys go about this. I think one of the coolest things to see here is the specific tools that he uses to achieve these parts of the process. Like here, he's got this giant triangular reamer. It's probably what that other one looked like 10 years ago. Here's another one.
Nice reamers.
Yeah, see, it's nice to see the tool collection in action here.
It's like a step-up tool. It's 6 or 7 different reamers. Just
totally.
All over the place.
We're right. Those are those ones that mostly people use on a lathe or something. But here, when he's just trying to get that whole section of tubing proper. That was glass, perhaps. I think he stole a pad from.
He's like, yo, this is mine now.
What's that?
He's like, yo, this is my pad now.
Right, yeah, totally. You gotta fight me in the parking lot if you want this back.
Setting up.
All right, so Mickey's on one side. Obviously, right, or whatever, you need a part of the drawing to do the cut. So if you notice these cats who do cut and flips, there's always some part in the drawing where they can do the cut. Otherwise, you've got to do a sock flip or these other types of flips that don't involve that. So the cats who do these drawings these way are typically more of a self-contained drawing. But it's not often you get to see one done with a backing like this, which I think is really neat. And that method of rolling the tube in the Elmarver with something inside,
damn, I want one of those.
So critical. What's up?
I want one of those. That thing is sweet.
Which, the big reamer?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, of course. Definitely, dude. Definitely. I've actually got some amazing footage of Duran Kingelmeyer. I don't know. I'm going to fuck his last name up. Man, my dog, Big D, Duran. Man, he was using a giant reamer in a very, very clever coil potting demo that I'm going to share down the road as well. Some of these tools can make processes like that just go so much faster.
Oof, this is a good shot, man. You're gonna make this the thumbnail of this right now.
Well, we used a different one, but I do like that shot a lot. And here's where he's laying in that heat and making this cut. And never cut more than you lay that heat in. He probably could have finished that cut, but it's something like, okay, Robert Mickelson taught me this or whatever. I'm trying to remember his exact verbiage, but he's like it's the heat that does the cutting, not the scissors or something along those lines, the heat leads the tool. But what he was trying to say is that it's just so important to lay that heat in ahead of where the cut goes and never go ahead of it, because the glass just gets really stressed out and it'll fuck your tools up. If it's not happening effortlessly and cleanly, then you're not putting enough heat in. So just something to think about.
Just kind of working this around.
Okay, and here, yes. So, guys, what he's going to do here, if you're not I know we've there's some demos out there on this. It's just amazing to watch somebody like Punty do it. But some of these steps are pretty fundamental. And after the first cut is made, it's like making like a T cut or something, so that you can unfold the tube. You know, it's like a taco or whatever, and then you've got to make some cuts along the blow tube side so that it can be flattened out like we're seeing him do now. And he's using that big paddle to get it. So it's really, it goes from this curled up shape to this taco shape, and then we're gonna see him use even another reamer to come around, and this thing's gonna end up back to a tube that he is then going to shape cleanly into a part of his piece. So
making it look easy.
He really is. Just pay attention to how many heats he's using here to make these cuts, because if he's really not playing games, he's not over exceeding where it's hot at all, and that's classic to me, man. That's, like I said, man, that's just how Robert Mickelson taught me to do it. If that's how you should be fucking with scissors. This is, if nothing else, tonight you learned how to really use scissors right.
Not you really, can't run with them like that.
Yeah, totally. You gotta let the torch do the work or whatever, right? It's like what my grandpa taught me, man. I come from a military family, but also like contractors. Like my grandpa had a construction business, and my dad was military, but he also did all that stuff on this side. And I remember my grandpa teaching me how to use a saw.
Oof.
He was like, just let the saw do the work, you know, because you shouldn't be sitting there grinding and all fucking all that extra. Man, if you're using too much force, you're fucking up. And it's the same thing with the cutting that glass.
So that's a nice solid 12 mil rod for a handle now.
That does look like about 12 mil. I think that's a safe call, man. Yes.
Like 10 or 12, easy.
10 to 12, definitely in that range. It looked like 12 to me. What if it's 11?
Then I quit. Then I give up.
I think that's Menzie series paddle or whatever with the notch and shit, like the Pro Series Griffin paddles. So yeah, dank heat here as well. Like he's really making sure he lays that heat into the section that he's got to move.
Dude, that paddle.
That's a sweet paddle, right?
Yeah, that thing's like 6 by 10, easy.
Yeah, totally. That's a diesel paddle. All right, here's the real diesel paddle though. Check this fucking thing out.
Oof.
Like the mashing paddle or whatever.
Fill that thing up with heat.
Yeah, so it's really a matter of getting this thing nice and evenly hot so that it'll want to flatten out without distorting and such.
Moving in one spot, getting a blob die, looking more like
totally.
Back of Notre Dame instead of, Magic Mickey. Oof.
Yeah. That was just a great example of, taking his time to put that heat in there evenly, showing it to the crowd. Yeah, so there's an upcoming Champs show, like in a couple of months or whatever, or in a month or something. It's sold out. It's in Florida. So, I mean, what can I tell you? But the thing is that because we're still in the middle of, this fucking COVID thing, hopefully things will be getting closer to normal now, especially by the summer and fall. But right now, you don't want to show up to this Champs show as a glass worker unless you're selling glass there or involved in the glass games. And it's not like a live glass games this time, but okay, and this isn't official. But the homie made the comment in public. One of the owners of Champs made the comment that they do have dates in late July. So I'm hoping, like I said, this isn't official. The homie just mentioned it. He mentioned it in public, so I feel safe passing this information on. But it's totally speculative because right now Vegas, the biggest gathering that's allowed is 50 people. So, things need to change before anything can really happen out there. But that's when it might happen for Champs. I'm hoping that it might be like either a summer glass games like they usually have, or some kind of Masters like they usually do during the winter show. I don't really know. Okay, so check this out. More dank heat applications so that this thing moves evenly. And he's using this nice big paddle to just curl this bad boy back around the other way. And, you know, the better you can do this, you know, obviously that's great. But, like, if it's, you know, a little oval when it comes back around, that's okay. With the even application of heat, once again, it's going to kind of puff out evenly and round out once again, once you've got it closed and you're in that part of the process where you're trying to bring it back together. You know, so don't freak out if it's not perfect. Of course, aim for this, you know, really nice even heat before you do these rolls, and hopefully you'll get there. Especially if you know, watch this a few times. Watch the exact amount of steps that he takes to get through each part of this process. It's really important. There's a demo from Melt from, you know, maybe even 2 or 3 years ago, but I want to give a shout out to the homie Dylan Hughes, because he did a really great demo of this, and that's another one to watch if you want to see somebody who's excellent at, you know, doing these images and then doing this flip to tubing and preserving the image as if nothing happened. It's trippy, man. Okay, so we removed that handle and then punnied up to like the bottom of the taco, I guess. And now it's kind of time to reclose this thing off, clean that punny mark up. Well, not punny mark up so much, but like the punny glass up, I should say.
Yeah, make a weird spot on the glass if you leave that there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
The details, you got to clean up the little bullshit.
Yep. But here's where those cup shears come in. Unless you just take off a whole fucking layer like this. I thought he was just gonna go for the bleb.
They're not curved like the ones I'm thinking of.
Yeah, they're cup. They're just regular old cup shears.
Yeah, those are straight up.
Yeah, you might be thinking of the duck bills.
Yeah, or something. Like I thought those were the cupping shears, but yeah, nice and clean, and he's cleaning it up so he can get a good connection when he gets that back around.
Yeah,
it's fucking cool to watch.
It really is. But yeah, this is something, okay, so I don't even know about Vegas. Vegas still might have capacity limitations. But this, the Glass Games, this Masters Games in particular, is like a bucket list thing that I think glass workers need to do. Like, I mean, you should come out and sling glass at a champ show, don't get me wrong. But, you know, when things get back to normal, you'll be able to get access to this. You need to bring, like, evidence that you're a legitimate glass blower. Like, this is an industry show, so you can't just like be some geek off the street or whatever. You gotta regulate.
I've got an Instagram and I've got 800 followers.
Yeah, you gotta have a little more than that. You should definitely bring like receipts from glass suppliers. Tax documentation is the best thing if you can show that you have a legitimate business in this thing.
Marketing materials.
Yeah, come prepared to prove that that you're legitimately a glass worker. But like again, not yet. That was the past. But I'm hoping, you know, maybe 2022, you'll be able to just come out for the party again, and come out and check this thing out, because it's fucking crazy. It's like 2 huge sides, like with, like I said, 20 people on each side. That's Punty's homegirl in the back. She's super cool.
I mean, this isn't a place for normal people.
No, hell no, it's not, man. Hell no. All right, here we go. This thing's getting flipped around. Got that NyQuil dress or whatever.
Yes. They asked if is the plane of glass 3 mil, 4 mil. I mean, it looks probably good.
I think it's thicker than that. I feel like he probably did it on a 5 mil piece of tubing, and
he's got a good inside diameter on that. Yeah. I mean, he did a clear sleeve on the inside plus the extra glass put on there.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably closer to 7. It's pretty fucking thick there. Yeah, it's like a thick, maybe 5, 7.
You should email him and ask him.
I totally. I saw you on YouTube. Please answer my questions.
Yeah, I have to know how this tube was done.
Right. It's possible I could go back and see.
Hey, that's a really cool logo.
What's that? Where are we talking?
I see my shit pop up. I'm like, ooh, cool.
Oh, who was going around with your shit?
No,
Oh,
up
the
in the
corner. I
corner.
got you. Okay, I thought you meant at the show. Sorry. Me. It was me. Fuck yeah. All right, so check this out. The homies like tweezing that in there together. Look at how clean that seam is already. Here he's got the short version of the torch stir, not display.
He's gonna go on the inside of this. Oof.
Uh-huh. How y'all like that?
Yeah. He's like welding. He's like, man, I welded once.
The extendo tip. I have a feeling that doing it this way lets that glass kind of I mean, if you guys can picture, you know, glass, what happens like when you kind of run down a channel like this, the glass almost like floods in to fill the channel as it cooks. So I feel like by doing it from the inside first, like all like the inside material, like the clear on the inside or whatever is like flooding in, right? Or the color on the inside rather is flooding in and making a clean seam. And then the clear on the outside is going to show that less.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just getting a cleaner line of heat inside and out. It's just like welding, literally.
Yeah, is that what you do when you weld? You
That's what they do. I mean, they don't let me touch the heavy. Yeah. Well, no, but like it burns all the way through.
I gotcha. Okay, yeah. It's one way or another. You've got to get that seam in
like
the middle.
Floods in the channel and shit like that, like you were describing. Yeah. But yeah,
okay, I gotcha. It might have just been so that he wouldn't have to brutalize the outside. You know what I mean? Like if you have the torch tip, you know, like if we have the technology, right? So like why shouldn't you hit? You know what I mean? But I do think there's something to be said for like allowing that glass to just naturally flood into the channel, so to speak. Yeah, and then it just will naturally want to close up on the outside of where the clear is.
I tell you, man, if this guy's business of being a complete borosilicate baller doesn't work out, he can make a dang good guitar slide.
Okay, that's just gonna be his thing.
But yeah,
I think he's good, man. He makes like turquoise for $100. Like my man is on point.
He orders guacamole at every meal. He's like, I can afford it.
I'd like to think he can. I mean, it's easy to get carried away thinking guys like this are fucking, you know, balling out or whatever. But it's like, you know, you got to sell that work at a big price, you know.
Right? You like go meet him. You're like, oh, okay.
Right? Yeah. It's never quite like anybody thinks, except Yushin. Yushin is balling. No, I'm just playing. Like sometimes, yeah.
I'm still waiting to get picked up in that limo.
Yeah, Yushin's story. We were in Corning. I don't even remember what it was now, but like he had the fucking owner of this bar like pulling out some crazy liquor that is not on the menu type. You know what I mean? Like it's like being in a rap video or something. It's like, yeah, let's get everybody a shot at that. Like, yes, Yushin.
Like, you know who I am.
No, but it's really not like that. These guys aren't fucking millionaires, man. But at the same token, man, like they worked very hard to build these markets for their things, and you know they deserve to fucking eat. You know what I mean? Like
the collectors are fun people.
Hell yeah. All right, removing that punny that was, you know, at the bottom of the taco or whatever.
It's a guitar slide.
Yeah, that's a pimp ass slide right now.
Cleaning up Mickey.
Yeah, just getting rid of that extra clear. That's a real baller move right there. You gotta be slick to get that extra clear off without fucking your image up underneath.
Well, I mean, you just always gotta pick the shit up out of the yard.
Yeah, some glass workers are better at that than others.
You gotta clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the difference between quality and, you know, you can tell who does it and who doesn't.
Right, yeah, totally. It's that extra step to work clean. It's like John Kabuki doing those flowers. Like every single thing he lays down, he goes in and cleans up those little edges before it gets imploded. You know, like that's the difference between one of those flowers that's like museum quality and that bullshit I slapped on a fucking bubbler for $80. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a place for both. Don't get me wrong. Like there's a time to be sloppy. There's a time to cut corners. There's an art to knowing what corners to cut and when. Right? Like I don't know, man.
Well, Yeah, I mean, it's a whole mix mash of all of that, but all of that while your shit's on fire. So yeah.
Yeah. And here's another one of these punties or hollow handles that is, kind of got a matching cup to the diameter here, just to kind of make his life easier at this point in the process.
I really like how he makes it like a little cup. I imagine that takes a lot of heat off of that seal and everything and just makes it less prone to cracking.
Definitely, definitely. Now he's got some sacrificial area. It's, he can really work this thing and shape that thing without much stress on that blow tube, heat on that blow tube. That is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can think in that area.
Easy.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
It supports the weight easily.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally.
Thickness. It's not just flared out. It's like a little cup. It helps distribute the weight and the heat.
Yep, and that's one of the real secrets to shaping and stuff like that, in my opinion. If your handle isn't proper, or if you don't have some of that sacrificial area to keep the heat away from it, then then you can't shape the glass right. Like, so much of this shit, don't get me wrong, a huge part of this is you taking the time to learn the muscle memory and the this and the that and getting your sea legs and all that shit that's on you. But then there's this other huge factor that, like, you could be completely fucking yourself if you don't take the time to get your handles on straight and learn to do good seals and have the right amount of weight there. Because if you don't, and all of a sudden the thing comes a little bit off center, now you can't put even heat into the piece because it's off center as you're rotating. So the heat is going in unevenly, and that is going to lead to the piece wanting to move unevenly. And you can mitigate that by giving it a second to settle down and all this and that. But fundamentally, if your shit's off center, you're not pushing Maria's right, you're not blowing bubbles out properly, you're not doing anything right.
Everything goes to shit. Usually at the end when you're trying to push the organic,
Sure.
It's organic. It's not weeble wobbled at all.
Yeah. That's the maker's mark or whatever.
You didn't mean to do that. Just chalk it up to that. But yeah, no. Definitely. Right. Like picking up good solid habits as you go, just skinning the end of your rods. Like, you kind of make jokes about it, like, I like skinning my rods every time. But it's those little things that really make all the difference with glass. It's very procedural. You got to get all the steps in there. And one of those steps is, 6 steps in between 2 steps. And,
right. Yeah. It's like every time you skip one of those steps, you're going to find out later. Now, when you've done something,
steps down the line before you fuck up and remember that and then you're gonna have to go back almost, or clean it up, or do it differently, and come up with a whole other little way to do it.
Exactly. See, and that's just where I was going, man. Is that when you've actually done it 100 times or 1,000 times with like a production item that you do, that's when you can actually start subtracting steps. Because you realize, like, wait a minute, I could combine these 2 steps in this move. There's all these moments that you can have these realizations, but it's not in the beginning when you're trying to get a process down or you're trying to follow a certain guideline to get there.
Oh yeah.
Every little moment counts, and anyways, give yourself every advantage, especially in the beginning. Make sure that your handles are sealed on properly. It's something you see that guys who work on points, they'll always thicken that connection between where it becomes a point and where it becomes the tubing.
Yeah, right there at the shoulder. You got to hit it with a high propane flame, make it reduce down a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's like doing the constriction on a one hitter, right?
If you do that way, you can using gravity. Yeah, but
sure. Exactly. So, I mean, even guys with blow tubes like Coil will do that. They'll condense that shoulder where they connect the blow tube and have the exact same effect.
Or they push and pull just a little bit after just a second. That pull, when they just do that little pull out right there with a blow tube, it makes all the difference. It's 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds of the thing, but it could throw off the whole center. It could fuck up the whole thing if your handle's not on there clean enough.
Yeah, sure. If it's got some kink in the inside, that could have been mitigated by a little tug and a little puff, or whatever, when it had the right heat in it still. Yeah, that sort of thing. So, yeah, all these steps count. And, It's like when you've done it a ton of times, then you can get a little sloppy on your handles and this and that. But especially in the beginning, really, really make sure that handle, like, there's all these ways to check your handles. There's tooling rollers that a number of companies sell. Some of them are more expensive than others. Like a Drone Glass has some very inexpensive tooling rollers. People make them with skateboard wheels and shit. Like, there's all these
like
ways.
the skateboard ones.
Yeah, and then even with just your L marver, if you put the blow tube in the L marver and roll it, that holds it straight at a certain angle, so you can see any deviation in the piece. If you're really careful about this, especially in the beginning, you're going to train your hands a little bit better, in my opinion.
That press down right there, that's a game changer right there.
Yeah, made that little punny to kind of grab more glass at once and yank it out and opened it up in that one move. Check that shit.
That's a game changer move right there.
That was slick as shit, right? Look at that shit.
Yeah. He just like pops down a little nail. And like that's another thing right there for like, closing down points. Just pressing down that little nail thing is fucking magic.
Yeah. All right, now that was a really clean blow tube seal. This is where like he's actually working on this thing. Yeah.
He got the heat down right around the base of the seal and then was able to pull it and he centered it at the same time.
Yeah, so that's a really nice blow tube there. Now he's going to be ready to start shaping this thing out. And you can kind of see that seam when it's hot, but like when that thing cools down, you really don't see that.
It's also really behind him, and I'm sure you're gonna add some, dots on that shit.
Could add some dots, sure. But I'm telling you, when that thing cooled down, like you really, man, you'd have to be studying it to see that there was any crevice there. It's pretty awesome.
Fuck yeah, word.
Yeah. I think he kind of worked his way back down that piece, because he was working on that other side. So now he wants to reestablish that heat as he works toward the other side again. You never want to just jump around the piece. If you're in one side, kind of gradually work your way to the other. Just takes a second.
It's a trailing heat base. Like he just really transferred it from one handle to another, so he could. You can see the heat just follows the movement, kind of like a barbershop pole.
Yep. I think of it as like you just want like the gradient, of heat. You don't want it to be too steep. You don't want it to go from like 550 in one area to like 2,500 all of a sudden in the other. You want to, just take that extra second and work the heat from one area to the other, and that's going to mitigate stress. Because you've got two forms of stress essentially, or so Roger Paramore taught me. You have mechanical stress, which is like those the kink in the seal, in the inside we were talking about, like where you carving it to the wrong way and it stresses out. That's mechanical stress. And then thermal stress though is like if you've ever flashed a tube and it makes that big spider web crack all of a sudden, that's thermal stress. That's like a perfect example of thermal stress.
That's a lot of stress.
But that's just what happens. But the same thing will happen if you have the glass like super hot in one area and then this really steep gradient into the other. And you guys probably maybe that like this 980 degrees or so is like this stress zone. That's what they call it. It's like 1050 is our annealing temperature, right, where the molecules relax. But then between like 950 and 980 or whatever is like this area where it's literally the stress zone. It's where any remaining stress is going to freak the fuck out before it cools down. And that's kind of like Jason Lee had this really great thing. And he called it like, it's like he used like the metaphor of like 950 being this monster, like all one word, 950. And you had to like sneak down the hallway to get past 950. And that's the thing is that is the stress temperature. And anything, if it happens too fast, pop. If you have mechanical stress, that like a mechanically stressed area, like your carvings and such, that are then forced through thermal stress, that's going to pop off. It's going to make the mechanical stress even worse. Whereas it would never have happened otherwise. And it's like that steep gradient of heat can make that shit happen. So there's these various forms of stress you need to be thinking about, and the easiest way to mitigate that thermal stress is by pushing that heat around. And not letting anywhere like just jump into that strain zone without, no good reason or
putting that heat in its place and showing it who's boss.
Right. All right, so here's the homie cleaning this end up.
Very clean section.
Right, doesn't that look gorgeous? It's crazy to think that was like the whole opposite way around.
That was just a big old flat piece of glass just a few seconds ago.
Right?
Well, several minutes ago.
No, I think he's going to give it some shaping here. As it's going to be
centering it by pulling off all that black glass. He's trying to get a good spacing, it looks like.
Yeah, he wanted just the right amount left there. That's for sure. He was, just pulling away until he, saw what he wanted. Now he's evening it all out because it thinned out there a bit, and now he's just letting it cook back and letting that glass kind of flood back into the tip. We do this every time we, close down a section or whatever. So this isn't rocket science, but it's just a pleasure to watch somebody like this do this.
Looks like a rocket.
Kai, thank you for helping me get to all these shows, man. I see you down there in the corner repping.
Hey, man, every little bit helps.
Oh, it really does.
You got to support what you believe in.
Well, cheers, man. I'm glad you believe in me, man.
Just keep feeding me videos.
All right, I will. Yeah, no, it's been a tremendous honor to be in this position to do this, and I feel like I never took it for granted or anything. Like I worked until my back broke every fucking day at every fucking show, but damn if I miss it. And like I'm like appreciating some of the more peripheral moments, like another event posted like the registration line. And, it's not like it was a bad time, but, having to stand in the long-ass registration line, like we used to just be like, oh, man, the line's pretty long, and it's no big deal. It's just like it just felt like a chore on the road to, like, the cooler things we were there to do, right?
Right. And, but now you're like, man, I'd give anything to just stand around with some people.
Exactly, dude. I would give anything to stand around in a long-ass line with catching up with my borough homies from around the country. It is what it is. Like I said, I don't feel like I ever took it for granted, but I think when all these events resume, concerts, festivals, I think everybody's going to have a little different.
Never ending. It's going to be. Everything's just going to string together. You're going to pack up. You're going to pack up your stuff, and you're going to go down the road to the next event. It's going to be the endless festival is what I'm predicting. Yeah. When everything is, when the coast is clear and people can get out and vibe again, they're not going to want to stop for a good bit of time. I don't think.
Yeah, no, man. We've got some catching up to do. That's for sure.
Yeah, and, good time to be a creator.
Oh yeah, it really is. All right, so another handle switch here because the image he needs it in a certain orientation there.
So what did he end up working this into as a section? What did this ultimately become?
It's like a tube that's in the middle of this crazy stop motion animation thing that has like all these disc flips that go around in a circle.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not in this, but maybe I'll pull up some footage of it. I kind of also want to take my time and edit it properly because it was a hard thing to capture because it was this like he was trying to do like a stop motion like animation from the past, like where they had the rotating things that had like the image and all the different spots and you look through one slot and it turns into an animation. It was like that, but with fucking disc flips for all the cells. And it was amazing.
Damn, I'm going to try to pull this up on Instagram real quick.
Yeah, I'm sure it's online.
Yeah, like
that hot new X transition effect, guys. That costs money. That's your dollars at work. I'm just playing. Yo, thanks for the kind words in the chat, you guys. If maybe shoot Punty a shout out, on his Instagram or something if you dig it, because I am honored and it's a pleasure to get to do this and share this and have this party. But at the end of the day, I feel like a vessel for the kindness of Punty and the Champs organization and everyone involved. Carrie, who helped film this. Kai, who's here with me commentating it. I guess I mentioned it earlier, it's just like this circle of love with all these people involved, and I just feel like a vessel for all of their kindness. I'm doing the easy part, really. All right, now here's some shaping. And these are some real subtle moves, and then this is kind of, I think, why the homie wanted 2 even handles on. One of those things where like you need to give yourself every advantage.
Oh, yeah. At Puntington.
At Puntington. It's in the video description, so
definitely go say thank you for
give him a shout out and let him know that
on his work.
Yeah. I mean, his work is the shit. What can you say? It's it's like walking into a gallery, and he's one of these guys who push this drawn style. There's so many cats who do it now, and but man, he was really one of the innovators on this style, and pushing the video game theme and all that. God, he'd be the perfect judge for
it's like 90s nostalgia, man. It's like everything we love about the 90s, like Yoshi, Acid.
Sure, definitely.
Those little hits are freaking so fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the love doses or whatever.
The doses of love or something like that.
Yeah. That was the last demo. Yeah, man, a really cool cat. Super, man. Just like I said, man, he's a legend. He's the guy who really pushed this style down the road, in my opinion, and kind of led to
great pop culture.
Variety.
Yeah, definitely cool.
Hell yeah.
And thank you to all our sponsors.
Hell yeah, thank you to the big sponsors out there, and thank you to all you guys who tune in. There wouldn't be a fucking show here if it weren't for you guys making this thing a party. Man, you guys have made it such a cool thing, and it's given our industry something unique that ESPN ain't showing up yet, dog. So somebody's got to do it.
Be the ESPN of stoners.
Yeah, totally. Now, do you guys want to play some games? I'm still catching up on the Christmas prizes, which I let everybody know it's going to be like 8 weeks. So I'm right on track, but I don't want to do more prizes. But just if anybody wants to play games, man, I'll throw a game up. Kyle, you want to play a game?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You guys feeling gamey?
You going to watch a game at least?
Playing games?
Yeah, we'll play it. Let's play a game. What? Oh God, I got to put in a Steam password.
So we're gonna play like Call of Duty or what?
Yep, that's right. Call of Duty, dope ass warfare.
A little bit of Red Dead Redemption.
Oh man, hell yeah! I remember my password. This is good. No man, we're gonna play a Jackbox game, and the way this works, my dogs, if you haven't played games with us before, you're gonna need a second screen. So you're gonna be watching the game on one screen, and on your phone, on a tablet, on a second tab, a browser tab, is going to be your controller. Things are going to pop up on that tab and will allow you to interact in the game. It's pretty fucking cool. You'll see, you're just going to go to like this website it's like jackbox.tv or something, and then you put in the code and boom, you're in the fucking game. So let me pull this shit up here. We do have the brand newest of packs. Let's pull that one up because I'm still
Oh man, I don't know.
Balloon theme here. What's up?
Jackbox. Oh my god.
Go to jackbox.tv.
Fingers pointing at this guy's purple junk with the fish on his head. Like, what the hell? I've got to click on something on this. Okay.
You will. All right. Champed up was cool. You draw like people who fight. This one, the hell no. I'm not sure, but let's just do Quip Lash. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm in this video. I'm going to click the like button. I like this.
Okay. All right.
Everybody hit the like button if you like this. Just show them what they're doing.
All right, here we go.
Joe Rogan's playing in on this one. Figure out how to do this Jackbox. Right. It's the worst name. Is there a link or something I gotta hit?
Yeah, you go to jackbox.tv and then you put in that code.
Jackbox.tv.
You get to pick a shape.
Fuck this mouse.
I'm gonna be this cool ass coffee, yo, because I'm killing him. I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back, dogs, while y'all get in this game.
You know, I'm probably just gonna observe this shit. I'm not gonna make it in.
It's all good, dude. We can just use your witty.
Unless we figure this out. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can beat this. It's just gonna fill up. Uh-oh. Looks like 2 more spots. I'm not gonna make this. Come on. What the shit? Ah, cool. I'm just gonna observe.
All right, fuck yeah, we got some players here. Excellent. Now you guys can still join the audience if you're like watching this later or you're like a few minutes behind or something. It might be a good time to skip your stream to the like thing or whatever. But you can also vote or whatever on the quips and shit. So here we go. Let's do this.
Well, howdy do. It's Quiplash 3, the Quippening. Schmitty here, and you're there, so that means you all found the secret map. Great.
McCoy
and remember,
Glass.
you still get to vote if you're in the
Smart
audience.
time.
Type in that room code to
closely.
join.
What is that shit? CLSLY.
And now, round
Cool names,
1.
guys.
I'm going to flash
Tape
2
deck.
prompts on your device.
Tape deck's my
Type something
favorite name so
ingenious
far.
that will
That's
stand
pretty
up against
cool.
another player's response. Then, everyone will vote for their fave, and one of you will get an ego boost. Points
What's
are
your
awarded
school
based on the
name,
percentage
kids?
of people who went for your answer, so make them count.
Dicky legs.
No, this game is so pretty.
Okay.
Alright. So yeah, we have to answer our prompts. If you were playing, you would have prompts to answer.
Oh, so yeah, I wouldn't see any prompts. What are the prompts?
See, I'll show you. I'll spoil it. Let's see. What happens. So I have to answer this.
Oh, cool. Your first name is Dick. An unfortunate last name. Alright, so we're gonna see who wins, who gets the best answer. Alright, I wonder how many Johnsons there's gonna be. I mean, what would be some unfortunate last names? Call some up here. Lash would be a horrible last name if your first name was Dick. Lash, oh, I missed it. Too slow.
There's seconds left. Use a safety quip if you have to.
Well, everybody knows it's a fucking raccoon. I mean,
I had to just go click there because I was too busy.
All right, let me just copy and paste that last entry.
Talking Point is a good title for a glass blowing forum.
Let's make some noise.
Enjoy life in battle and strife. You should make a new
And the
form
first
and call it
prompt is...
that. Talking Points.
What's a
like points
badass
about
name
glass.
for a badass sword?
Whatever.
Okay, shower someone with points.
Ooh.
That's a great name for a sword.
that would-
It's like El Chapo, but a sword form.
Katana? What the fuck? Like, really? Come on, dude. Tape deck, I knew it, dude. Tape deck was gonna go hard.
Tape deck. That's correct. That's for sure.
He's going tape decked.
Okay, what's next?
Decking it out.
The greatest thing
This
in the
background
world
would be
to
cool if I was on
auto-tune.
acid in like the early 90s.
And now it's time to vote for your favorite.
Damn, this is a tough one.
Oof.
I know, right? But I think Pornhub, I want to hear that.
I mean, That's just a shock answer, really.
Well, no, I mean it's got to be like
And
a
next
particularly
is-
loud video, you know. Like,
You know it's
I mean,
bad
like
when your
the
mom
fucking
says, I'm not
5,000 watt
mad, I'm
vibrator, you know,
blank.
whatever type of thing.
I think I'd rather see like an angry dolphin
All right, choose your favorite.
auto-tuned instead.
Right, like a goat or whatever. Auto-tune goat was already happening. It's pretty amazing.
What, sad? No. What? No. Just grab a wooden spoon. Yeah, I live that life. I know what that's about. Is it gonna be 50-50? Yeah.
Next
About
one
that
up,
wooden spoon life.
a
Been there.
terrible last name if your first name is Dick. Okay, everybody, pick your favorite quip.
I mean, you should have put a Z on the end of there.
That's true.
Like, no, so, I mean... We're gonna call Hertz. They're gonna win. No, McSmallington.
Welcome to my house, Ty.
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't see the
Next
name.
No, they
have-
don't know it was me, man. I just...
The best name for
Name
a
is
gamers
Quip,
only
Steamroll it,
utopia.
buddy. You're like, I know my audience.
Here's the fun part. Pick your favorite quip.
Sticky Button Galaxy, man. That sounds like where you
Who's
watch
Utopia?
auto-tune.
Like, oof. Someone's having a rough night.
It is
That's
a
a-
brilliant
now-
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is blank just
I
too
mean,
attractive
that's
to be
somebody's
human?
utopia.
He's got to keep that theme going, man. I expect Sticky
Well,
in every
here's some
answer,
easy
man.
points.
No answer.
Get pumped up, man. My man didn't
Next
pick
up.
fast enough, I guess.
Fine. What's
That
the
wasn't me this
sexiest
time.
animal? That's what we call a gimme.
Weak.
I didn't deserve that one, but whatever.
Moving right
Points,
along.
like, yeah, just
Of
take
all
those
the
1,000
gin
points
joints
to
in all the
blank.
towns in all the world, she walks into blank.
to the bar. She walks into the bar. What the fuck?
Now it gets real. Pick your favorite.
I'm lost. This, two missed opportunities to make a good connection. Okay, Keith. Good points.
Yeah, I'm
You
not sure I
survived
understood
round
mine, saw
one, but can
I
you
mean,
survive
I
the
hate
scoreboard?
I mean, I don't get it.
Pizza Hut was just better.
Pizza Hut's just always there. It's in all.
Tape deck.
Tape Deck knows how to play this game.
Yeah, his
Get
answers
yourselves
were way
ready,
better,
because
so I can't
round
hate.
2 takes no
He's just a little more
prisoners.
clever
Double the
than you are.
points, double the anxiety.
You're like, wait, what?
Okay, where's my fucking thing? Damn, I lost it. All right, here we go.
These little characters are ridiculous. I hope you guys all have good answers on this. Some of those last time were kind of meh. Oh, Keith's over here defending himself, telling us that one confused him.
Time's winding down. Use a safety quip if you have to.
All right. Sounds like Mike ducked out, so he better have answered all of his questions.
Yeah, I get it. You can't rush a good poop joke.
Motherfuckers.
All right, no time like the present.
Damn, looking over here at Huntington's Instagram, saw this badass steely
when
flip.
there's a charge for blank.
Holy shit. That's class.
Voting time.
He's a classy guy.
Oh my god.
I mean, but those were good points that were made earlier about like really like cleaning and like, you notice he trimmed all of that shit up with the scissors. Like he had like no fucked up edges.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, we're proper, man. Yeah. Tyler, we're not playing for shit, man. We're just playing to have fun with our friends tonight, actually.
What God was thinking.
Oh, Tyler's the homie, dude. Tyler comes over here from Mississippi and blows glass.
Oh, very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, he works the CC too, so he likes to hang out and teach him a few things. Good homie. Good homie.
Nice. Well, thanks for joining us, Tyler. That's awesome.
Word, man. Much love, buddy.
Yeah, I got to get caught up
All
on the
right,
prizes
check this
before we
out.
play for prizes again.
Why doesn't the Loch Ness
Yeah, and
Monster
I'd like
be
to have
found?
something to give away, and I could be able to quick shit.
Decisions. Choose your favet.
Just chilling. Chilling, watching Punty do cool shit. Go check out Puntington on Instagram. He's got cool shit.
Monster nickname.
There be balls.
You got me caught up on some Me Too shit. This is fucked up.
And next, a common inscription on a pirate's headstone.
You just better be ours.
All right, vote for the one you like best.
Okay, the one on the left is that I would, that'd probably be a better scene on there. That buried treasure.
Right, because then they'd just be digging his body up.
Right? Like, come on, dude. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like what are those sea?
Let's see the next one.
Those sea shanties that
Something
are going
that
on
should
that are
never be
still
decided
popular
by
right
a
now.
coin
That sounds like the
toss.
title of one. The treasure was the friends made plundering.
Time to pick the one you like best.
We are.
Whoa. Coin toss.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you shouldn't decide your life or death stuff in coin tosses.
I mean, depends on the situation. Oh, speaking
Next
of
on
gender
the
reveal,
docket,
somebody they
a
did
good
some.
sign that your
You
grandmother
see all the
hates
time
you.
when people like do these crazy gender reveals and end up killing people.
I heard
And now,
about that.
pick your
What the
favorite.
fuck
There was-
happened recently?
Oh God, there was one just the other day.
A new one?
There's a new one, but I forgot what it was. Neon was telling me about it.
Oh man, yeah, they made a fucking pipe bomb to reveal the gender.
What the fuck?
And here
That
we
was
are.
in October of
The
2019.
most powerful thing.
Oh, God, no.
Before leaving
No.
a room.
Yeah, man, they fucking killed the mom or something. Fucking a piece of shrapnel from the device struck her in
We've
the
got
head.
a no-show. Well, more points for you.
Yeah.
What?
They
Yeah.
thought
Without
they were gonna
further
launch
ado,
powder into the air.
A
blew
dangerous
her-
marital sex game. You tie yourself to the bed, and they
But
blank.
when the family
Oh,
members
whoa.
placed tape over the top of the metal tubing, they
No
inadvertently created a
answer.
pipe
No
bomb.
answer for this
Half
question.
of
That's
winning
so
this
weak.
game is just showing up.
Dangerous
Here's some
marital
points.
sex game. You tie yourself to the bed and they stuff your at 2,000 points for that.
And
Motherfuckers.
round two is
Good
history. Let's see
sneaky
how it'll be
point grab
remembered.
right there.
Somehow I'm in the lead. Fuck yes.
I
Welcome to
forgot you were even
Riplash, a final chance to
Me
make
too,
a
dog, me too.
splash. I'm going
The
to send
Riplash.
each
What
of
is?
you a
Oh my
prompt
God!
that
What is this?
requires
Like
3
Mike Tyson?
separate
verbiage?
responses. Remember, big points mean big pressure.
There we go. I gotta stay in the lead.
When the fuck is comedy ever optional? every fucking time. By the way, these are not cigarettes. I'm actually trying to quit cigarettes, so I'm like stuffing cigarette tubes with shake. Oh, well, I guess you can't see me smoking in the video.
Tick-tock, time's almost up. Writing time is over. All right, let's have it. 3 signs you're becoming boring.
Man.
And we're left to wonder
y'all
what
can't be
could
going
have
off
been.
to make hot dogs and shit. That's what I want to do.
The 3 names they thought up before landing on Dress Barn.
I'm gonna show you this shit. It's like the coolest thing you can buy on Amazon.
All right, people. It's
they said people
time.
during this whole COVID thing are buying more comfort things for their home. Mike's over here with like this really badass pizza maker and a hot dog roller now.
Yeah, it is, dude.
Mike's throwing hot dog parties at his new pad. And
this shit is so fresh. Look at this fucking thing, you guys.
Shut up.
I had one for years though, and I gave it to my daughter like when she moved on to do this, you know, like pre-doctorate program in college.
How much are they? $50.
It's so dope.
It's $50 and it just cooks hot dogs.
I got it for 45. But yeah. Dude, but it cooks them on the roller style, man, where they just roll in their own juices for 25 to an hour. You know what I mean?
Now
like,
it gets real.
Yeah.
Pick your favorite.
But it's only for $50. That's not terrible.
That's
and
nothing.
It's got cool little colors and everything. Knobs look all fancy. Yeah, fuck yeah.
There's like an uglier version that you can get for $40 if you want this hideous thing.
Do you have like a bun toaster? Like, oh.
It heats buns in the top, Claire.
Okay, good. As long as it does that too, that's important.
And it really does, man. It'll even make the cheapest hot dogs taste great. You know what I mean? Like I like to get like
3 words that could describe both a kiss and a
bar-ass
sandwich.
bullshit.
It's one of those things that'll save you money. You know, you get it because you can make a bunch of hot dogs and it just tastes great.
All right, vote for the one you like best.
Oh, my other computer died, so I don't get to see the comments anymore. Let me see here. Here, let me plug this in real quick. Now that we're like in the middle of the call, let's see if I can fuck it up a little bit. Start seeing if we can hear all the.
Okay.
Wow,
okay.
this is it.
Crazy
Show us the
feedback.
final scores.
Let's see.
What? McCoy Glass done snuck in on that shit. Nice job, brother. All right, hey McCoy Glass. I know I said I wasn't gonna do it, but go ahead and shoot your name and address to prizecentralstation@gmail.com.
Yes. Okay.
I can't resist,
didn't
man.
show this
It's
stream,
just
did I?
gonna be a sticker pack, but yeah, man, let's do that. You guys want to play one more game? It looks like there's still 45 people here and some of y'all trying to chill, so I'm down to play one more if y'all are down. We just got to figure out what game we're going to play. What? Kai, we got feedback. I think we're going to exit this one. Oh, it's you, man. It's you. You're back. I'm down to play one more if y'all are down. Oh. Kai, what's happening? We're getting audio on your end, my dog.
Don't look at me right now, man. I'm trying to figure out how to watch this on the big screen.
Okay. All right. Well. We're going to exit this one. All right. You got to stop that here in a second, dog.
Yeah, turn this off. I disconnected that.
Hi, what's happening?
I just plugged in HDMI. I knew it. I'd ruin it.
You fucked up, dog. We're gonna have to like meet you or something.
Turn me off. Turn me off, man.
Yeah.
I'm a sign off. I'm out of here later.
All right. Good night, homie. All right. All right. It's just you guys are stuck with me now. It's just mic time on the games, but that's okay. I can turn the volume back up on the games. Okay, let's do this shit. What happened? This one's always good. Alright, what? Where's the code? That's right, you only get 3 letters on this one. I should log out. Trying to make my name something cool like sex or 069. God. Whoa. But I am also a doctor, legally speaking. Totally bought it from this university, like that's on some like religious exemption, so they're legally allowed to give degrees. But you know, it's fake as hell, basically. But I am a doctor of spirituality, dogs. And I can marry you. I'll marry you in your torch. I don't give a fuck. That's a degree. I think it's the Doctor of Divinity. I might have to go find it and show you guys. See if I can find it while you guys get in this game. Alright. I'm gonna show y'all some shit. This is me, dogs. Dr. Mason in the fucking house, okay, so. That's real though. I can marry you, I'll marry you, I'll marry your animals, I'll do crazy shit. I get plugged. Alright, I think that everybody's in. That's in. Let's start the shit.
2, 1.
We've got big fun waiting to be unleashed. We'll be posing some of life's most important questions. Your answers will be paired off in a no-holds-barred tournament. And your votes will determine which answers advance in the bracket. As we whittle down to our championship winner, this is Bracketeering.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sending the topic of our first bracket to your devices now. The most satisfying thing to get for free. Enter your answers now. Type in the best, most winningest answer you can think of and hit send. If your answer wins the entire bracket, you'll be rolling in cash. By the way, you can join the audience and play along by going to jackbox.tv and entering the room code. Time's running out. Your answers are being paired off into one-on-one matchups. That means it's time to introduce ourselves to the prediction table. On your device, you'll see one of the upcoming matchups for this bracket. If you can predict the answer that will get the most votes, you'll earn some sweet, sweet moolah.
We got some dope shit on Patreon that dropped recently.
The predictions are in.
Joint.
It's time to dive into our first bracket.
Sorry.
This could get ugly. Use your device to vote on which you think deserves to win. But don't forget, if you change your mind, you can change your vote.
Free every damn day, I don't know.
Get out of the way. Predicting that correctly pays off. Moving on to our next matchup. Former teammates, will these two answers be able to stay focused on the matchup?
Man, somebody must really like fish. That's a weird answer. Yo, I got these fish for free, player. You know you can just, like, catch them shits at a fucking river. Like,
that win was so big you could hear it the next state over. Let's see what tensions are mounting over in the Omega Conference. It's a bracket like this that truly makes this game the sport of kings. The lead keeps changing hands. Just running out the clock now. A seesaw battle if I ever saw one. No one could have predicted this one.
sorry, Rambles.
It's time to round out the bracket with this vicious matchup.
That felt like one of your answers.
This one's looking over already.
Oh, yeah.
That victory will not require a recount, but I'm not allowed to talk about politics.
Did they add that shit in after the election?
Looks like this one was obvious.
Or is that just in there the whole time?
Before we get on to round two, it's time to make another prediction. You've got a new matchup waiting for you on your device. Predict the one you think is going to win. The predictions are in. Let's jump back to our bracket for round two.
Tough one there.
The struggle is real. This one ran away with that one.
That's a good answer, man. That's a tough answer on this one. Solid.
Our winner moves on to the final, but let's find out what they'll face off against. Potential winner starts to emerge. It's really going back and forth. That kind of domination is illegal in some states.
Solid. Can't argue with good drugs. Come on. You can't just buy that.
And now we finally decide what is the most satisfying thing to get for free. Here come the votes.
This is a tough one. But like I was saying, man, you can't just fucking buy good drugs,
Real
man.
tug of... We have our first winner.
Fuck yeah. That's your boy, the doctor.
That was one hell of a bracket.
Everything.
Let's see how the scores shook out.
Just on the off chance they'd be like, all right, doctor, we gave you an upgrade to first class, or there's no first class in Southwest, so that doesn't work.
It's time for the blind bracket. We'll start with just the category. Name any store or recognizable restaurant. Go ahead and write the first thing that comes to mind. We'll see the real bracket title after the answers are all in. Time's running out. Let's see what this bracket is really about. Best place to accidentally get locked in overnight. Time to get in those predictions. The predictions are in. Time to get it on.
Oh. Everybody's like, I don't know what the fuck to do here. I think it's actually... Like,
An
how's it
upset in the
actually
making.
Spelled? They spelled
Too close to
7-11. I
call.
gotta go with 7-11.
Show your support for your answer by tapping on your device as fast as you
Tap that shit,
can.
motherfucker. Yes!
The tie is broken. Oh, how I hate ambiguity.
All right. Again, that checked out with Google and shit though, so that was the right pick.
Next up,
Definitely Walmart, man. What the fuck are you gonna do, man?
no
Lemon
contest.
CD or some shit.
Why don't we see what's going on the other side of the bracket?
I don't know what 420 West is, but I damn sure don't want to get locked in an H&M, so. One person was
A regular
like, H&M,
juggernaut.
baby. I need those clothes.
And now our last two contenders face off. Voters are being loud and clear on this one.
Burger King is just assed out. What the fuck? This is just how it should be, man. There's no reason
This
to go to
one's
Burger
looking
King
over.
other than to like try the Impossible Whopper, which tastes just like a regular
Well done.
Whopper. So who
First
gives a
round's
fuck?
on you.
Weird ass chicken
Before we get on to
tenders,
round
like,
two,
oh,
it's time to make
Burger
another
King's played
prediction.
Out, man. Fries always been jank. Like whoever's specifically who was ever in charge of fries at Burger King has been fucking up for like 25 years. Still don't know what 420 West is. I gotta Google this. Here we go. 420 West. Marijuana store in Olympia. Okay, I'm about it, I guess.
Time's running out. The predictions are in. Let's jump back to our bracket for round two.
This is like the owner of 420 West in the house. or
A clear
something.
front runner. like falling off a log.
I don't even think they even showed my answer, yo. They were like, this answer just sucks.
This could be the answer to beat, but let's check out the competition. It's weird that this is my job.
You guys want to see the meme that's going to drop tomorrow?
No one thought it would be this close.
Dogs who play games.
That went back and forth more than Luke and Lorelai. This final matchup will determine what is the best place to accidentally get locked in overnight. Could this be a blowout?
That's my thing to vote.
I am on the edge of my seat.
Sorry, guys.
We have a winner. Let's check out that scoreboard. And now for the bracket you've all been waiting for, the triple blind bracket. This bracket will change every single round. Here's your starting category. Name any classic book. Who knows what crazy twists and turns this bracket will take?
Alright, I've completely lost my controller tab.
Time's running out.
All sorts of shit here. What the hell is going on? Alright, there's the chat. Back to that.
Let's see what we're dealing with.
Damn.
Best book to add in bed to the end of the title.
Damn it.
Time to get in those predictions.
Alright.
All cash is doubled this round, so make these choices count.
I'll be right back, my dogs.
Time's running out. Time's up at the prediction table. It's go time. A clear favorite. They're on fire. Next up, this is one for the ages. The struggle is real. That was ugly.
Great answer right there. All right, I'm back. My last punch.
Let's see what tensions are mounting over in the Eastern Conference. There is no love lost between these two.
Check this out, guys. Yep. Looks like this character.
It's really going back and forth. I'm not sure my parents love me, but what a win! It's time to round out the bracket with this vicious matchup.
All right.
just running up. That wasn't even close. We're changing that bracket title again. Best name for a hip cocktail bar. Get those predictions in now.
Damn. Catcher in
The
the Rye.
predictions are in.
Man. It's like a rye whiskey.
Let's jump back to our bracket for round 2. Two Titans squaring off. A real tug of war.
Not to get totally distracted here, but goddamn.
The clock is
dog.
running. I'm saying the words right now.
My IK, holy hell. Alright.
One more match to determine our finals. This is why we do this, folks.
Pop, 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 pop.
The lead keeps changing hands. An epic showdown. I don't believe it.
That was fun. That was fun.
We have a few lucky winners. One final switcheroo. The best book to read to a toddler before bed. I hope your answers still make sense. And now the final face-off. An upset in the making.
Turn the Rise. It's like we're downtrodden. Kids
This
don't
one's
need to hear
looking
that
over.
shit.
This player is unstoppable.
Not until you're like a depressed teenager. Then you get to read that book.
But who walked away with the top score?
Didn't even play the second round. I completely fucked up, and I'm still somehow in second. Well, it looks like I wasn't alone. All right. I cracked another beer, so we're fucking staying in the paint here. Hold on, no, my door's cracked. I have roommates. All right, but what should we play? What should we play? Fibbage is good. That's a fun one. Hell yeah. Done. And has good music. And such. Alright, there's your code. Like, man, we're just hoping Kyle was gonna give away one of them tie-dyes, so kinda out. Well, I'll give this just another minute. J-Rock. Yeah. Do you guys want to see my favorite new thing? I'll show you my favorite new thing real quick. Check this shit out, dogs. This is a glass lemon bonsai, dogs. It was made in like the fucking 70s. I don't really understand exactly how like Blacksha style fucking soft glass. Look, every fucking leaf is like on a wire embedded in the glass. And they're pretty fucking exquisitely made. This music is perfect for this. But yo, look at this fucking thing. Every little piece is on a wire that's embedded in the glass, like made hot on the torch. You can see how they're all tipped off, like, but like this thing is sort of exquisite. I'm trying to find out more about this. I was discussing it with the Corning homie Eric Goldschmidt earlier. And like he's seen like European examples, but nothing like how the fuck did this get to Japan in the 60s and the 70s? If any of you guys out there know, I'd love to know, because like I'm not kidding, like this thing is kind of fucking exquisite, and like it's all fucking glass. What the fuck? Like torch worked glass from like the 70s in Japan, done like in the style of the 1800s. Like what the fuck? Anyways, I don't know. I love this thing, man. It's like my favorite new thing. But I'm also extremely interested in like how this happened and like the whats and the wheres and you know what I mean. Anyways, let's play some games. But I wanted to share that and like just maybe even just throw a thing out there in case anybody is like, oh no, Mike, that was made in 2006 in China. Or, you know what I mean? Like, but no joke, I've looked into it and there's all these examples of them and they all claim that they're made like mid-century to the 70s in Japan. I find it pretty fucking interesting. So anyways, all right, let's play a game.
Welcome to Enough About You, the game where we learn fun facts about each other. For example, I got into voiceover work due to my crippling eczema. See, it's fun. I think all 6 of you can fit in my Fiesta if you want to get smoothies after. Let me know. Oh, and if anybody else wants to join, they can get in the audience at any time. The audience gets to throw extra lies into the mix and guess the truth along with players. Let's hit it.
Here we go.
Okay, here's the deal. You're about to see a question on your device. Answer truthfully. In a sec, you'll get your chance to lie about your fellow players. You get 500 points for fooling people with your made-up answers, 1,000 for finding the truth, and when the question's about you, you get reputation points for players who get the right answer. Got all that? Good. Put in your answer now. Finish quick before you ruin it for everyone. First question,
You guys are like the hardcore
the best
crew, man.
prank this player has ever seen or taken part in was blank. Answer your lies now.
A year from now or whenever the fuck, I really, maybe during Glass Vegas, during Champs, during the Glasscraft and Beat Expo, during Melt. I want to find a time to go, like, set up a big screen somewhere and play these games together in person, you know, with a fucking drink and a joint in our hands. Like, that shit sounds tight.
Come on, time's running out. Okay, take a look and find the truth.
Poop in the urinal. bleach and toothpaste. That sounds like poison.
Okay, let's take a look. Nobody thought of this.
Damn. Cold-blooded.
Let's see what we got. This player thinks the world would be a better place with more blank. Okay, enter your lies.
Well, there better not be anything mean, guys. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, I'm serious about that timer. Finish quick. Okay, seek the truth.
Some of these answers are pretty damn right.
Let's see how things shook out.
That was a solid guess and a very good lie. Everybody's very quickly realized that I'm obsessed with small glass transcendent. They're so fucking cool. Nice job, Tape Deck. My man's in it to win it.
All right, here it is. This player's favorite thing they have framed or displayed in their home is blank. Write your lies now. Hurry, time's almost up. Okay, look for the truth and pick it.
Got some options here. Poor Britney Spears. I watched the first 10 minutes of that documentary about this conservatorship thing on her.
Let's see what everybody selected.
Free Britney, maybe. I'm not certain. I didn't watch the whole thing, but kind of sounds like this shit's bullshit. They got her in the system. She can't get out of conservatorship. Washington State Diving. Somehow I'm in second place with that. And somehow
Here's the question. An animated character this player would totally date. Type in your lies now. Hurry up and finish before time runs out. All right, where's the truth?
Smurfette. Mario. Gaston.
Okay, what did everyone pick?
You. Someone's got to take points away from Tape Deck. Scooby-Doo, oh my god. Ooh.
Now listen up. The dumbest thing this player has done in the name of love was blank. All right, type in your lies. Finish quick before you ruin it for everyone. Okay, here are your choices.
Scuba hooker.
And what did people pick? Nice lie.
Yeah. It's a funny.
And you all missed it. Okay, here's the question. One person this player would come back to haunt after death is blank. Okay, enter your lies. Come on, time's running out. Okay, which one is the truth?
Definitely my penis.
All right, let's see what you guys picked.
Man, I'm getting murked in this game. Good job, everybody.
It's final round time. Everyone's gonna write one truth and one lie about themselves. Anything at all. Dig deep because you get points for any player you fool with your lie and for spotting other players' truths. Go! Tick-tock, remember you need one truth and one lie before time runs out. Hey, I'm serious about that timer. Finish quick. Now take a guess which statement about this player is true. Take a guess.
What? I feel like that motherfucker shouldn't shower. I mean, come on, man. Called it. All right. Even cops smoke weed these days. I'll believe it.
Okay, which one?
Was bam! You gotta know your homies, man. Come on.
Spot the truth.
You gotta put that shit down, dog. That shit down. How do you even determine that, man? Like, I guess I smoke more than I drink, though. I mean, I do kind of both every day, but... Like, according to a counselor, I'm addicted to both. But... Good job, dog. You won that shit. Hey, I got a lot of likes, though. I'll take it. Alright, alright. You guys are so nice to give me all those likes. Whatever. Alright. I think that is as good a time as any to wrap this up for the night. Yo, thanks to all the homies who have still tuned in at this point playing games and shit. You guys make this like an extra special thing for me. Everybody who tuned in, I really appreciate. But man, if you stick around to play games, whatever kind of thing. Huge shout out to Punty, to everybody involved in the Champs organization. I wish them and everybody involved the best of luck with that upcoming show. There's no live glassworking there, so like, you know what I mean? Like, this whole thing is not like a big money business, so I have to pick and choose some moves there. I don't think I'm gonna be at that show as much as I'd like to go to Florida. There's no live glassworking to film, dogs, and I just moved to Colorado, so I can just like go down the road and film my amazing friends. So that's probably not happening, but I wish everybody out there the best of luck, and man, like, yeah, fuck yeah. Thanks to everybody who tuned in and make this whole thing possible by having this beautiful community vibe. It really does, like, I mean, that's what started and holds up the real weight when it comes to that circle of love that I mentioned. You know, that element goes away, all that other shit goes away. So I really do appreciate everybody tuning in and making this a good vibe and making this a fucking party in the chat. Y'all are the fucking best. You guys make this a real thing and make it possible to keep doing this. And man, it's been a weird year or whatever, but I really think things are about to pick up, and we're still sitting on years of amazing stuff. Not to get random here, but like I'm still sitting on a week of footage, a week of like 12-hour days of footage from Pipe Classic. I'm gonna let the homies put their movie out before I release, all this other stuff. But what I have is like the real demos and all the tech stuff, and y'all know what I do. I'm a fucking bloodhound. I sniff out what everybody's doing and I capture the best shit so that we can all enjoy it and have this fun party together. That's what happened there. That's what happened at all these other shows. There's a lot of catching up to do, actually. So there's a lot to share in the meantime, and things are going to pick back up. And yeah, I can't thank y'all enough for being here and making it possible to keep doing this damn thing. So fuck yeah. Well, I will wrap it up there. Much love to everybody who tuned in and makes this thing such a good time for everybody, myself included. I really appreciate you guys. Huge shout out to Kai. I mean, he dipped pretty quick because we were like, "What's up, man? All this feedback's coming in." But man, he's the coolest cat. I really like him. His girlfriend's also incredible. They're like one of my favorite glass couples. Period. They're some of my favorite humans actually at this point. So it was really nice to have him here. I'm gonna wrap it up right there. Much love, dogs. Peace.